So now I'm going to show you guys how to make a basic setup for a crested gecko. Crested geckos do really well in live planted vivariums, which means they have live plants and soil and a lot of microorganisms. We're going to make a basic setup using soil, some plants. They like to climb a lot. So the tanks are generally high. For an adult crested gecko, I personally would recommend an 18 by 18 by 24 tank. For this juvenile, we're going to give him an 18 by 18 by 18 because he doesn't need as much space. But we're going to use a lot of driftwood plants, fake plants as well, and some live plants too. So to start, I'm going to use jungle mix as the substrate. It holds nice humidity because it's a mix of many different mosses and soils. You don't want to use planting soils or anything like that because they have fertilizers that can be toxic. Spread that out nicely. Generally, like 2 to 4 inches is a good amount of soil. So that's the substrate, and that'll hold all the humidity for us. So next we're going to plant a live plant. And what's great about this plant is it's very broad. The leaves are very broad, and basically it allows for him to climb. Now this plant is made for pets, so there's no fertilizers we have to worry about it, but generally you want to clean out the roots before you put it in. So this will allow to hold more humidity, and it'll give him a nice place to hide in the leaves, and the leaves are strong enough to hold him up. Some plants you want to avoid because they're too weak to hold the gecko up, and they won't do anything to benefit the gecko. So next we're going to put in some more decorations that allows him for places to hide, like this piece of driftwood. Driftwood is really nice because it not only adds a natural quality of a hide in there, but it also gives a nice place for him to climb up, because they love to climb up. So you want to make sure that it won't fall. So often I'll pack some soil in to make sure it's strong. So right there is good. Next I'm going to add some fake leaves. Not only does this add a nice aesthetic look to it, but it'll add another hide for him. Right there. And another one. Right here. So crested gecko diet is a great food replacement for crested geckos, so they don't have to eat insects. It comes in a powder here, and you mix it with water, and it creates a paste. And now that paste contains all their vitamins and nutrients, and it's made up of fruits and many different things to create the perfect balance for the food. Crested geckos are known to take water from dripping leaves. But it's also very good in case of emergencies to have a water bowl in there. So here's his water bowl, and I'm going to fill it up with some water right here. Now it doesn't have to be too much because they're not the best swimmers and they can drown. So about halfway up in a water bowl is good. Crested geckos generally drink water from dripping leaves, so it's very important that you spray in their tank. They need a humidity of 60 to 80% to make sure they're healthy and to keep their shedding going well. So you generally want to spray throughout the entire tank to make sure that they can get the water they need and to make sure that the humidity is well balanced, which is also where the live plant comes in to help keep the humidity up. So finally, we're going to introduce the crested gecko into its tank. They'll explore a lot while they're first introduced to their tank. So you want to let them just run around. They jump as well. If you ever want to find them, you can look up or into the plants, because that's where you'll generally find them, because they are arboreal, which means they like to stay close to the top. So that's how you create a crested gecko tank. Crested geckos don't require much and are very easy to care for. Crested geckos make great pets.